So guys, while President Buhari told Nigerians to go out and vote the person of their choice, and he is not going to allow any form of intimidation in any of the polling units, the INEC chairman went ahead to tell Nigerians that the results will be uploaded directly from the polling unit to the INEC portal. So guys, just watch this video and let me know what you make of it. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you.
Nigerians should vote for whoever they like from whichever party. Nobody will be allowed to mobilize resources and thugs to intimidate people in any constituency. I do not expect anybody to make any disturbance. I have briefed the law enforcement agencies and the military. They have identified hotspots, flashpoints. They should be prepared to move. They too, we have made as much arrangement as possible and resourceful providers as much as the country can afford it. And that anybody who decides to snatch boxes or lead thugs to disturb it, maybe that's the last lawful action you will take. I really give the military and the police to be ruthless. We are not going to be blamed that we want to rig the election. I want Nigerians to be respected. Let them vote whoever they want across the parties. I am going to warn anybody who thinks he has enough influence in his locality to lead a body of thugs to snatch boxes or to disturb the voting system. He will do it at the expense of his own life.
Let me seize this opportunity to reiterate my commitment to free, fair, and transparent elections and smooth transitions. This is one legacy that I want to bequeath, not only to Nigeria, but to the region as a whole.
Believe that we respect them as an administration. So Nigerians should vote for whoever they like from whichever party. Nobody will be allowed to mobilize resources and thugs to intimidate people in any constituency. That's what I want to go down into Nigerian history for.
The Commission has increased the deployment of technology in elections in Nigeria. In the last 2 years, systems and portals have been designed and developed to cater for different electoral activities, ranging from voter registration and accreditation, result transmission from the polling units, the nomination of candidates by political parties, to the accreditation of polling agents, observers, and journalists for elections. Of these innovations, most Nigerians are more familiar with the bimodal voter accreditation system, the BVAS, which doubles as accreditation device as well as the upload of polling unit level result sheets on election day on or to the INEC result viewing portal, the IREV, in real time. These innovations have increased transparency and public confidence in the electoral process. They are also part of the legal requirements for conducting elections in Nigeria. The combination of BVAS and IREV portal have come to stay as a means of voter education and transmission of election results. Nothing will change that reality. Let me once again reassure Nigerians that there is no going back on the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, for voter accreditation. There is no going back on the transmission of results on the INEC result viewing portal in real time on election day. There will be no incident form that enables ineligible persons to vote using other people's permanent voters' cards during elections. We are committed to ensuring that the 2023 general election is transparent and credible, reflecting the will of the Nigerian people. On this note, let me seize this opportunity to respond to
a story emanating from a section of the media that the Commission has decided to jettison the uploading of polling unit level results in real time on election day. It should please be disregarded as fake news. The Commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units. This innovation was introduced by the Commission. The Commission cannot turn around and undermine itself. This technology has come to stay. We'll upload polling unit level results from the polling unit. Citizens will have the right to view these results.
Preparations for the 2023 general election are largely being concluded and preliminary deployments already underway. Indeed, our preparations began quite early. One important lesson from 2019 is that early preparations for election provide opportunities for adequate planning, acquisition, and testing of systems. A second lesson from the 2019 election is that early choice of election technology management tools, especially the main election technology, is very critical for success. Their proper pilot testing and deployment are exceedingly important for a successful election. For election technology, early decision is central to maintaining its integrity, popularizing it among voters, and addressing any challenges that could arise. We know that political actors often try to undermine the process by attacking the technology, casting doubts on its suitability, bypassing its use, or indeed seeking to undermine its security. This informed the early choice of a new voter accreditation technology using an electronic device called the bimodal voter accreditation system. We have tested it in several by-elections and off-cycle governorship elections. In addition, the decision to make polling unit election results available for public viewing, which has always been a major demand by citizens and election observers, falls into this early choice of election technology. The INEC Results Viewing Portal, the IREV, is a dedicated web portal for the public view of polling unit results as soon as they are finalized on election day. This has been employed in several elections conducted by the Commission in the past few years. In particular, the uploading of polling unit results to the IREV portal has been deployed in 105 constituencies where the Commission conducted off-season elections since August 2020. The result can still be viewed on the portal, making the IREV an invaluable repository of election results in Nigeria. It is actually our biggest archives for election results. And citizens and anybody who registers on the portal can still view the results for all the 105 constituencies. And I kept asking those who care to approach the Commission that what we have been doing is to upload the scanned images of polling unit results, and the same hard copy is given to party agents at polling units on election day. And I have consistently asked candidates and politicians to compare the results on the IREV portal with the hard copies brought by their polling agents from the polling units. And I asked them if there were discrepancies. It's 99.99% accurate, and the results are still there on the IREV portal.
After all, who are we serving? The citizens. How can we deprive citizens from access to the results of the process conducted by them at the level of polling unit? So I welcome you to the Commission. I want to assure you and reassure you that the 2023 general election is going to be our best ever elections. We are committed, and that the votes cast by Nigerians will determine the outcome of elections. Nothing more, nothing.
The presentation by the chairman on we are in this country, and the INEC made a press statement when uploads were not done. You even said there was no hacking of your server and all that. And everyone sitting there is either a Christian or a Muslim. And you know there was problem with uploading your results. Till this minute I'm speaking, many results have not been uploaded on your server. So you cannot be using justification that it votes took place at the polling units when INEC failed in uploading results from polling units. If you had uploaded those results immediately after vote was casted in each polling unit, we will have access to them and I will not be asking questions here. But as I speak to you, those results were not uploaded for hours. Yesterday, I complained to you, the chairman. I complained to 2 other commissioners. And
they want to run, what's that word now? Government of national unity. What is it that you're willing to do? Because lots of people look up to you, Nigerians. They also want a better country. What would you be willing to do if you're called upon?
Chamberlain, the first thing I want to see is that the process is right. The process through which you achieve anything is far more fundamental than what you do thereafter. I can't come into channel now where somebody has worked hard, all of you, build a team, work hard, and take it over, and then say, I'll run it better, increase your salaries, start doing things better than Chief Mama will do, and you say, that's right, but I didn't work hard for it. Let us go back first. I'm challenging the process and the declaration. Until we get it right, then we can talk about government of national unity. Otherwise, we will go and sit down and say that the people who stop the train and kidnap people also can call or invite us to discuss about peace and when they're having people in captive.
So you're not of collaboration?
No. Let's do things right.
Okay.
That's where we start. Until things are done rightly, you can't just go, we're encouraging what we don't need to encourage.
Well, we know you have a busy schedule, as usual, and we need to let you go. So let's wind down on this. Well, there's some groups asking you not to come to Abia State. They believe that you plan to come to Abia State, and they say that, well, it's a setup regarding security, and that they supported you for presidential, so you should allow them do the governorship across party lines. Are you listening to them? Are you going ahead?
I've been to Abia. In course of my going around now, I've been to Abia. I've been to most places. I won't tell you where I'm going today, but I'm moving around. So, nobody can stop. You see, these are things by our democracy. This is what I'm saying. I have governed the state, and everybody was free to move around. Everybody was free. As governor of a state, former President Obasanjo came to my state to campaign for somebody else. I accompanied him to the campaign. I was even being referred as the outgoing governor, and I'm competing in that election. As governor of a state, Governor Fashola is still there, will tell you, came to campaign for Dr. Chris Ngige. I gave him my staff car. My staff car went to bring him from the airport. They campaigned for Dr. Chris in a campaign that I am, because of them, that they cancelled my own campaign. Because I said, all the vehicles I'll use, they have it. So let them finish and go. The next day I continued. Everybody was coming. That is the way it should be. This is a campaign. You know, it's like when people say, oh, what is happening in Lagos? I said, Lagos, all the contestants are Lagosians. They are Lagosians. Whoever is supporting them doesn't make any difference. And then what happened in Lagos, people living in Lagos, more of the indigenes voted for me than the visitors. Let us please be able to do little things that can show that people who live here are human beings.
Right. Just one for me, and as a straightforward question: should you be unable to prove that you won the election, are you returning in 2027 to contest again?
Well, I won't say anything, but I can tell you, It's not a question of proving whether I won, you know. It is a question of that the election had issues, and those issues will be sorted out in court. I'll be shocked if this country goes on with that situation. It will then stamp that it is a complete criminalized country. We can't allow it. We need to start unbundling this criminality. And that's why people are calling about structure. When they were advertising structure or not structure, it is this criminality and fraud that we witness is what they're talking about. And we want to unbundle it for the sake of our children.
It's always very interesting having you. Just to be clear, are you going to accept the outcome of the court, whichever way it swings?
I won't say anything until when it happens.
But you have...
and I'll make my comments.
You say you trust the judiciary.
I trust the judiciary. I believe they know what is happening in society. They live within the society. And they'll do the right things for the society.
You know, we could continue this conversation, and I know you two, you can continue with us, but we have to let you go. And we really appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the February 25th, 2023 election. Well, we'll go to a break now, and when we return, we'll be back with some more. Please stay with us.
Demands that INEC draw back its curtains to let the full light of truth prove the transparency and veracity of the 2023 electoral process. It is without question that nearly all of the electoral reforms implemented to safeguard the 2023 Nigerian elections have been savaged by INEC and scattered to the winds of tyranny. It is beyond debate that initial investigation into the 2023 Nigerian presidential election discloses that Nigeria's most recent election is the polar opposite of transparency, fairness, and electoral integrity. This election was polluted by blatant bribery and widespread corruption. Even INEC itself has admitted to its abject failures to comply with the requisite transparency laws mandating real-time electronic transmission of election results from the polling units to the public, instead opting to cloak the electronic results in darkness before emerging with a declared rather than proved winner who is presently incapable of being fully embraced by the world. The INEC action clearly constitutes negligence per se and electoral fraud, as it violated the very statutory provisions and guidelines that are designed to protect against the type of fraud caused by its failure to transmit the results in real time. The people of Nigeria are supposed to be the ones the statute is designed to protect. Instead, they have found themselves at the receiving end of the resulting gross injustice. NADECO maintains that the 2023 presidential election is an attempt to disenfranchise the Nigerian people through the four horsemen of democracy's doom: bribery, voter intimidation, insecurity, and vote rigging, all harnessed to skew the results of the 2023 presidential election. NADECO calls upon the people and the judiciary of Nigeria and international community to join hands in a concerted effort toward global condemnation and absolute rejection of the hasty, hollow, and illegitimate result declared by INEC as being contrary to the will of the people and the rule of law. Here are some positions that NADECO has taken. NADECO is gravely concerned about the irregularities, voter intimidation, violence, the breach of the National Electoral Act, and most importantly, the abrupt and horrid pronouncement of the dubious 2023 presidential election results. This, in our viewpoint, signals a whole disenfranchisement of voters in Africa's largest nation. NADECO's goals and singular mandate have always been to fight for the rule of law and democracy in Nigeria as Nigeria's watchdog of democracy. NADECO hereby, as a first step, formally severs its relationship with Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a former founding member of NADECO USA for his participation in the worst electoral fraud in Nigeria's recent history. NADECO and Tinubu fought Abacha as the military dictator who scuttled the will of the Nigerian people in 1993 June 12 elections. Ironically, exactly 30 years later, in 2023, NADECO is fighting the same species of dictatorship, but only this time a much more dangerous civilian dictatorship, a kleptocracy mostly perpetuated by one of those who fought Abacha then. NADECO will not look the other way simply because the fraud was perpetrated by one of its founding members. NADECO urges the Biden administration to withhold any recognition of the product of the flawed elections. NADECO further entreats the U.S. Congress to introduce a resolution calling on the U.S. administration not to recognize the product of the election. It is the product of a poisonous tree. NADECO calls on the international community to support the empaneling of a team of internationally acclaimed technical experts to examine, interrogate, and analyze the INEC servers and beavers and all the other equipments that were used to extract the original votes and information. NADECO implores the Nigerian people and the judiciary of Nigeria, acting in concert with the international community, to join together in a concerted effort toward global condemnation and absolute rejection of the hasty, hollow, and illegitimate results declared by INEC as being contrary to the will of the people and rule of law. NADECO demands that the chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, must resign or be removed immediately. NADECO urgently requests that all countries worldwide, especially the United States, place an immediate visa ban upon Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. NADECO solemnly exhorts the U.S. to not deviate from its democratic standards in Africa just because it fears competition with China and seeks to curry favor with illegitimate dictators who come to power through bribery, force, intimidation, and vote rigging. The U.S. should come out and condemn the apparent corruption of the electoral process and impose an immediate visa ban on those suspected to have compromised the polls. NADECO demands that President Buhari and INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu should be held jointly and severally liable and accountable by the Nigerian courts and international community for what is currently happening across Nigeria in the days following the 2023 elections and for what would happen in the next few weeks or months should INEC's noxious banquet be forced down Nigeria's throats. These are the positions that NADECO would like to put out there for the international community. People in Nigeria are going to court, but we are appealing to the court of public opinion to see what happened in Nigeria. We're basically challenging the process, because the very law, Electoral Act that was put in place to guide against what happened was broken. So the Nigerian people and international community would like to know why that was the case. Because once that was broken, it means the protection that that Electoral Act provided for Nigerians was gone. Thank you.
So guys, you can see that the INEC chairman has brought shame to Nigeria. Honestly, the whole world is lamenting on the kind of election that Nigeria had. Who did not see what happened? Who did not see it? Upon all the promises that was made, you know, even from the president himself to the INEC chairman, that there won't be any intimidation, that with technology we are good to go, we are fine, and that results will be uploaded at real time and people will have access to those results. Don't be surprised that some of the results are yet to be uploaded, as in so many results are still not on the INEC website. Honestly, go and make your own verification. That is the society we found ourselves. After days of having this election, not all the results are yet uploaded on INEC portal. So guys, this is what Mr. Peter Obi said he's challenging. He's challenging the process because INEC has power to give guidelines. We all know it's an independent body. It has that power, you know, that when things are not going as planned or as the law allows it, you have the authority to bring up, you know, alternatives. And that was what INEC did. They told us that, you know, with the beavers, that they are going to upload the results immediately, as in people will be seeing it. But I tell you, after the day of the election, results were not yet uploaded. They were telling us that they are making calls to tell their IT workers to start uploading. My God, this was not the agreement. And that is what Mr. Peter Obi said his challenges. So guys, I hope you found value in this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you.